Hi there and welcome to Apple World. Cardi B and Offset. Their relationship has been a chaotic ride of treachery, general acknowledgments, separations, and cosmetics, with Cardi continually ending up conflicted between affection and disaster. What makes their story considerably more sensational is the sheer open nature of their theatrics, where each battle is a compromise and each embarrassment is worked out at the center of attention. So let's discuss what everyone's pondering is counterbalanced. Actually, a chronic what? That's the significance here for KIB as she explores one more separation while pregnant with their third kid. No doubt you heard that right. She's petitioning for legal separation once more and conveying one more child while simultaneously discussing messy. I don't know whether you all have been getting hints from me from my lives or from my accounts when I put some specific music to track down my own followings. Currently, here's the thing Cardi B has attempted on numerous occasions to make things work with. Offset, you may be wondering, why does she continue onward back? It's an inquiry that a great deal of her fans have been wrestling with for a really long time. It seems like each time Offset messes up on the grounds that, let's face it, the person can't avoid inconvenience, Cardi pardons him just for history to rehash the same thing. Yet before we begin judging too cruelly, let's separate how everything fired, lock in on the grounds that this romantic tale is everything except the fantasy. So who said I love you? You first, me, or you me? Obviously first. I've been needing to let you know that I love you, yet you realize a young lady can never let a man know that she loves him first. No doubt I got to check whether you love me. Everything returns to February 2017, when Cardi and Balance went on their most memorable date. It appears to be guiltless enough, right? They met in 2016, yet it took them some time to formally interface. At first, things seemed as though they were moving at an ordinary speed like any standard relationship until they were. You know how things move quickly in Hollywood, and this was no exception. By August of that very year, tales started to twirl, and the two were at that point locked in. I presently remember Cardi was denying those tales left and right, attempting to keep things calm, yet similarly, as with all tattle, there was consistently a tad of truth prowling in the shadows. By September, those tales were authoritatively affirmed when they furtively secured the bunch. Ian, this is the reason now and again you gotta get off online entertainment, since I feel like individuals take the humblest points, yet here where it gets intriguing. They stayed quiet about the wedding for very nearly a whole year, that right while everybody was guessing about their relationship. They were at that point wedded. It wasn't until TMZ totally exposed their mysterious marriage that the world knew Cardi and Offset had said I do now. For what reason did they keep it secretive? As per Cardi, she needed to Cardi. She needed to keep the second for her, and truly, who can fault her? She scarcely had one moment to appreciate recently ecstasy before the show started to unfurl. Then he very much like shouting and simply tossing things, hurling, running everywhere. And I was simply Cardi herself conceded that their relationship was rough from the beginning. Our relationship was so new, separating and making up. We had a ton of growing up to do, yet we were so infatuated, we did. I need to lose each other, she said. Now here, where things begin getting untidy, you would feel that with all the energy. What's more, love they had, they be in that special night stage yet. That wasn't the case in the span of 1 month of their wedding. Cardi was posting via online entertainment that she was single. Definitely let that hit home. A recently engaged and as of now guaranteeing singlehood. However, in ordinary C design, she backtracked, conceding that she overstated in light of the fact that she was vexed, and truly that sort of summarizes their entire relationship, high ups and lowdowns. That was about a point that I saw on Twitter. Right. And I found it like, goodness, my golly, individuals are nuts. Yet let's discuss it. Right. Things took another turn when, in October 2017, Offset proposed to Cardi again, this time out in the open in front of an audience before a group. It was a great signal, and it appeared to work as far as briefly streamlining the strain. But even with every one of the ostentatious statements of regret and public announcements of adoration, something was continuously preparing on a deeper level in light of the fact that, let's face it, since somebody makes a major motion, it doesn't mean they're done committing enormous errors. And Offset graciously, he wasn't done by 2018. Plainly, things were beginning to self-destruct. Offset was blamed for bamboozling not once, not 2 times, but rather a few times. His iCloud was hacked, and video surfaced showing him with another lady, tracing all the way back to September 2017. That very month, he and Cardi got hitched. Yowzer, wow, normally fans were shocked and confounded. How could Cardi, the sovereign of Bodak Yellow, stay with somebody who disregarded her like that? Cardi, however, had her own reasons. She said no. It's not appropriate for him to cheat yet. What do you need me to do to disappear someone else? Begin that. All once more and get undermined again. She conceded that cheating happens to everybody, and she wasn't resistant to it either. Need to chip away at our chefs. We really want to work on our correspondence that. Things that he got to work on there, things that I got to deal with it, this viewpoint that probably drove Cardi to keep close by even after such an enormous selling out. In addition, at this point, Cardi was pregnant in April 2018. She made the large declaration on Saturday Night Live. You likely recollect that second it was wherever Cardi was at the highest point of her game in the rap world. And here she was disclosing her pregnancy to the world in perhaps the most essential way imaginable, only a couple of months after the fact that in July, she and Offset invited their child. Young lady culture, all that appeared truly amazing. They were co-nurturing, sharing adorable child pics on Instagram, and looking like they at last discovered a sense of harmony. However, as is generally the situation with Cardi and Offset, the peace didn't keep going long. By December 2018, Cardi was telling the world that she and Offset had isolated her words. Things just haven't been working out between us for quite a while, and it's nobody's shortcoming. It's very much like I surmise we outgrew love. It didn't take long for Offset to respond freely. He took to Twitter proclaiming "Fell I miss Cardi," followed by an Instagram conciliatory sentiment where he conceded he was a wrecked spouse. Now, this is where things get truly wild since Resource wasn't content to apologize simply via online entertainment goodness. He chose to crash a Cardi show at Moving Clearly and bouncing in front of an audience and Take Me Back. Cardi explained in Roses. No doubt he went there. I feel like we love each other. I love Offset, and he cherishes me. However, you know we have been together for so long that fans were partitioned on this one. Some saw it as a heartfelt signal. However, numerous others, including Cardi herself, were so intrigued. The party took to Instagram Live a short time later, conceding that she was upset and that the shock had been excessively and truly, who could fault her? The entire display appeared to be more similar to Balance attempting to get everyone's attention rather than make a sincere conciliatory sentiment. As one fan remarked, he was an all-out egotist doing that entire thing before everybody at her show. It was a glance at me second for him, not a reclaiming second. Once more for them or him. What a comedian, regardless of the kickback. Offset's emotional supplication appeared to work to some extent briefly. By 2019. The couple had accommodated with Cardi let fans know that they implored together and come to a comprehension. She said everyone has issues. I put stock in pardoning, however. She likewise clarified that monogamy was a must admonition. I will beat your assuming you undermine me still. The example of cheating and saying sorry was a long way from being done around their 3-year wedding commemoration. Cardi sought legal separation once more subsequent to learning of one more tricking embarrassment, yet this time Cardi wasn't trusting that Offset would goof again. She said, I didn't hold on until he got it again. I didn't sit tight for another debate. I didn't hang tight for one more discussion. I chose to leave. I don't care to find out on the grounds that I've been single for a moment at this point. However, I have been hesitant to. Like fans were by and by in shock, particularly as tales twirled that Offset could have fathered a youngster with another lady. Cardi immediately set out to settle those reports, expressing that Offset didn't have one more child on the way, and that the circumstance was more about her being burned out from contending with him. She was done being humiliated yet. As you would have speculated, this wasn't the end of their story even subsequent to seeking legal separation. Cardi and Offset didn't totally by 2021. Cardi was pregnant with their subsequent kid, and the couple appeared to be offering things one more opportunity at the bat. Grant's Cardi uncovered her child knock, and by September, their child wave was conceived. The world paused with goated breath to check whether this would be the defining moment in their relationship. Might they at any point at long last make it work? It seemed like perhaps, quite possibly, things were doing great. However, I feel at the place of where we are in our relationship. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.